Well, it's been like 3 days here. I think it's ours. Dan here, DD's Beach Shop. So we kind of, I don't know if we duped anybody here, but we've moved clear across country. And we say we were moving and all that stuff. We knew what we were doing the whole time, but we just kind of want to do it at our own pace and sell a bunch of cars and all those sort of things. And here we are. So thanks for hanging out. A lot of people have been asking, so we figured we'd do a little bit of a video, which is, I always find it strange that anybody cares. Oh, that's about our personal lives, but I do appreciate it. So long and short of it is, I had a job opportunity out west. So we're in southern Alberta, and we moved. So we found out about it kind of in the spring, and ultimately tried to liquidate a bunch of cars, stuff like that, to move out west, and looked around for some houses and stuff like that, and kind of compromised us what we wanted. But here we are. So you'll be seeing lots of this shop now. We did keep the home in Manitoba, so I actually will be between both for work, but primarily here for the short term anyways. So those houses are rented and all that, and ultimately those two garages are now full of car parts. Yes, Danielle in the back.
Well, people were confused because they're like, he loves being a hair model. Why would he stop being a hair model? He's just a hair model between Alberta and Manitoba now.
Right. So yes, that's the plan. So that's where we ended up. So we were looking around and we looked at a lot of acreages and stuff like that. But the long and short of it is I am still working in the city. I put wheels on this. It's quite handy now. So we didn't want to be too far away from town, and the further you got away from town, the more space you had, the nicer the shops were, but gravel roads and stuff like that. And I like neighbors. Actually, the neighbors here have been fantastic. They're super friendly and nice, and I like that. And we have asphalt right to the front, but we did end up with a fair bit more property. So we got basically 3 acres, just a little under that. And yeah, I'm sure you know what, we're going to, not that we try and hide it, but the home may be part of it because it's now an attached garage. The house looks a little bit bigger than it really is because guess what, it's all garage. The garage is the same size as the home. So, we've already got kind of 3 projects in here. I'm sure those videos have all popped up. I have to figure out what we want to do just yet, but a quick run down the place. So we actually bought this place from the original owner, who's also the builder of it. He was a general contractor, and the house is just fantastic. And as you can tell, the shop, look how nice the shop is. He did not mess around. They had motorhome. He was into kind of wakeboarding boats and stuff like that. So this shop, it was used as a shop, but mostly as kind of parking and working on nicer things that I assume were probably under warranty. So
he had a Corvette in the garage under a car park.
Yeah.
That's how nice.
That's the kind of guy he is, yeah. So anyways, we've gone ahead and filled it full of junk Tri-5 Chevys, all of which were just recently purchased. And yeah, here we are. Some of them are even Alberta native hot rods. So I kind of just put stuff in here. I don't really know the way I want this laid out. Again, the shop, is it perfect or ever? Probably not, but it does do a lot of what I want. So it's got 13-foot ceilings. Obviously, it's 3 bays. This one is double deep. So when you kind of do the math, it's about 1,500 square feet, but we got 38 wide, and I believe it's 28 or so here. Don't quote me on it. And then this bay is actually 52 or something like that, because it actually sticks out past the other. So it's a bit of a unique situation. I mean, obviously, if we had the options, I'd like it to be a little bit deeper and maybe just a little bit wider, but I think we should be able to accomplish a fair bit. Ultimately, there's more space here. Were you asking a question? Oh. There's more space here than we had back home between both shops. We have the height, and the nice thing is everything is going to be in one spot, so I don't need 2 welders and 2 of this, 2 of that, whatever. So we're carrying on from there. I did remove some cabinets. A lot of this stuff is kind of home style things, so we'll keep some of it, I guess. But yeah, we got a bolt bin. It's not too bad, eh? So it's wired. We could use a little bit more power for sure. There's only one, I think, welding outlet, so we got to kind of figure a few things out. So we'll have to kind of add on to it from there. It does have this kind of tube heater, so we'll see how that does. Again, they use this mostly. It was parking and then kind of storage and a little bit of light work. So we'll see exactly what we end up doing here, but to have another, hang-in unit or something like that's probably not the end of the world. Behind the garage, that's the panel, so it's super easy to wire this place. There's still room in the panel and all that stuff. They actually had a hot tub, which is now not used, so we got all that power we can use as well in here. So we could easily do, if we want to do electric heat, mind you, we're in Alberta, so natural gas is basically free. So we'll do that, and I want some more welding plugs. Maybe, I don't know what I'm going to do here yet. But anyways, that's that. I kind of just been laying stuff out. I mean, ultimately, we can only work on one thing at a time. That is reality. So everything kind of on wheels. I actually bought some of these kind of quick jack style things. Princess Auto had them on sale. So you can move the car all around. I appreciate everyone, not that it really matters, not that we really care what people think, but everyone has kind of been, good job and this and that, so I do appreciate that. I mean, hey, I was expecting people to be, oh, must be nice, but we did, bust ass, and ultimately both working, and YouTube selling all those cars. You guys watching has afforded this to us, so let's have a few nice things. Lifts. I'm fighting that one out. I do want one.
All of them seem to want you to want
Yeah, I was actually very surprised that I know we did kind of have up until this point, which was very, very, very any man kind of style. Now, that being said, this is still an attached garage. I mean, it's 1,500 square feet, so it's larger than the average individual. But really, I mean, one person could have one garage, and you can get one car done. We just happen to have three. Originally, I thought maybe back here for the lift might be an idea, so we can work on that. The door is not centered because it's a man door, so it would be offset. So we'll have to play with it a little bit. We might have to kind of sneak it in. Maybe we could put a 2-post right there, which would be handy. So I'm thinking I just want one 2-post lift, and then I want one of those body shop lifts. And I mean, again, those body shop lifts, I use that in an 8-foot garage. Those are fantastic. Anyone should have one of those. I think they're like $2,500 from China, and they're fantastic. I also thought of maybe putting a 2-post here at an angle, so you could almost kind of, pull in and then go up and down and kind of go for there. And that would leave some space in the center for some room. So we'll kind of have to see. He put this big beam in there, which was pretty handy. So he'd use that to pull motors out of his wakeboard boat and stuff, he had said. So we can do the same thing, or possibly lift bodies off Tri-5 Chevrolets. You never know. So there you go. Out back here, did we kind of cover a lot of the topics there? I don't want to get too into our personal life there. I mean, I do appreciate it, but a little bit of privacy is nice here and there. So it's got 2 doors are 10, and I believe this one is 12, so we can put a bunch of stuff in here. We got the tow truck. Tow truck's home. We got the air conditioner on. It's actually all the way back there. Oh, the guy's working the field there, but it's cloudy today. Well, you can kind of see those are the mountains back there, so it's actually quite pretty nice there. We have this big long drive that goes all the way around the side. There's lots of room up front. Again, we're going to try not piss the neighbors off, so we'll keep stuff back here. It's got kind of a single car garage. It's just basically for storage, so I have it full of junk. We do have to organize stuff. It's been non-stop. I'm sure I said it in the last video, but I've actually been working out here for almost a month now, Monday to Friday. I've been flying home, so this has been kind of a catch-all, but all sorts of parts and bits and pieces. We'll see how this garage does. Around here, like, this was used for trailer storage and stuff like that, and there's actually a little compound behind, so we can kind of keep some junk there if we wanted to, which we already have the plow and a fender, whatnot. So I'll keep a couple dead cars there. My goal is not to have a wrecking yard. I don't want that whatsoever. If we have to deal with the storage, so be it. I have grandiose ideas of if we decide to. I mean, a shop could be right here and be fantastic. Something like a 40 by 50 or 40 by 60 and stuff. All the neighbors have giant shops and stuff, so actually we're the small garage on the block, believe it or not. But we had a smaller budget, I think, than a lot of these people.
We're the babies on the block.
Yeah. It was all the money that we had, but I think we're happy with it. So please watch the videos. So, I mean, that's kind of that. These are the 3 cars we got now. So this one was a last-minute purchase. I think the video already went up on it, but yeah, this was at an auction sale. The sun's kind of brutal there. This is an auction sale actually 1 year ago, right after I had started, or I think I bought that other 57 hardtop that was just hammered. This thing came up, so it's a kind of a cool car. It's rotten, obviously, but very complete. And I want a 57 Chevy hardtop. So this is in play. The situation I have run into now is we brought a bunch of stuff. So that shed or garage is full of car parts. But I didn't bring everything because it just got to the point where what can you bring? This one actually has a rotten frame. Not that I had a spare frame anyways, but that's really the hold up on this thing. There's not a whole lot of point going too far ahead until we get a frame. These boxes actually have front suspension and disc brakes and all that, so that's all can go on. That's what that's going to be for. This thing I bought because I'm an idiot. So this is kind of coming up as well, which I actually wanted to start on. But again, I didn't bring, but I have in Manitoba, is a back windshield. Well, it's hard to carry on without the back glass, so I can weld this all together because I don't want to just eyeball that and the glass not fit. So these are just kind of sitting here. Realistically, if you guys want to put in the comments what you want to see, they're all the same Tri-5 Chevys. This one may end up behind the garage just because we're going to be so many parts to be collected here and kind of go from there. This is the one we started already here. This was kind of fun. I mean, obviously, two-door conversion's where we started, so we might as well. We literally bought this car. We knew we were moving. We're like, that's the first thing we're going to do. We had that planned out right from.
So I feel like people were like, why didn't you say you were like, no introduction to the shop? No this, you just go right to working? I have to say that was I wanted to do that because I thought it would give me a tee-hee-hee, and it did.
Yeah, it was Danny's thing. So it was kind of fun. And I think this is probably going to be the current project just because we have the most amount of stuff to carry on and make this one done. It has a motor in it. I have some stuff to make it run. We have to track down a transmission. It does need a front windshield, but I'm hoping I find like a four-door parts car because what I need is a 55 Chevy. So I get the glass out of the back, the whole front clip, all those sort of things, and kind of go from there. 57 glass is different, so we got to find one of those. And we need a 57 frame. So that's kind of what we're looking for. So if you're semi-local and interested in supporting, let me know. We do have a small amount of money left. We want to buy that.
We have $10.
Money's tight. We've been moving like crazy and stuff, but there you go. Been setting it up, like all those cupboards were there. I took that down. So just yesterday I put up a bunch of plywood. I'm a big fan of just having stuff screwed to the wall. You know, it's easy to kind of get to.
This is something everybody has wanted from you. So long.
So I built this cart. I bought Princess Auto had these on sale for like $69, so I did that. And then I just welded a bunch of rods to the side for wrenches, square tube for all my stuff there, and then my grinding stuff, I just welded some stuff there. So pretty simple, but the things I'm actually going to use on a regular basis, I wanted that.
And now there's actually space for a tool cart. So
there's space.
A lot of this is that there's space to attempt to be organized.
We'll see. I laughed myself as I was organizing out here. I'm like, this is going to be an absolute destruction out here, but we'll see. Maybe I can make it last a week, but probably not. So yeah, we got that going. Like I said, I don't know if we should put a lift over there or probably right there. Got to figure that one out. And whoop. The garage floor is so nicely polished. Everything's just going to slide around here. And then the last thing I guess people are asking about, you know, why would you want to leave home and leave Murr and all that sort of stuff?
Were you scared? Were you nervous?
Not really. Just moving. It was terrible. No, it was fine. It was what it was. No, it's different leaving home for the first time, but whatever. We kept the home there, so we can always go back, and I'm still going to work there, so it's no big deal. We told my parents they can come out here anytime. They should just come live with us or around here or whatever it is, and be done with it. But that's their choice. So there you go. Sometimes you got to, fortune favors the bold. And sometimes you got to get out there and take a job opportunity and prepare for the future a little bit, right? So again, we're still working full time and just doing YouTube as a side gig, believe it or not. So yeah, we're trying to keep it light and trying to keep it fun. But ultimately, there you go. We have spent the money I've spent has been a lot. I mean, got a new set of torches and stuff like that. You know, I had to buy welding cable, I had to buy a new welding mask, all these kind of things. So it's been pricey. This is the first, it's been 3 days now we've been here, and we haven't been flying back and forth and driving back and forth, and it's been, the hours has been absolutely ridiculous, but that's kind of that. So this is the way we're going to set it up. I don't know if we'll just do kind of 2 cars at a time, We just drove the tow truck out there on the weekend, I guess. So now it's really no big deal. If we want to just drag something out, put it out back, and put this right in the middle and take it right apart, we absolutely can. But for right now, I thought just having all three inside is kind of cool. I like to look at it. We got the garage attached. The dogs can be out here. It should be pretty exciting. And there's cardboard boxes left and right. We're still kind of getting settled, so hopefully you can kind of bear with us. We're going to go to some local events and stuff like that. But ultimately, I'm in a situation where I'm short on parts, and that's a hassle because trying to find old stuff. I knew people at home and all that. You got to get this, scrounge that, whatever it is. And now that doesn't exist. So we're kind of figuring out as we go. That being said, the Facebook and all that, people have been very gracious and very friendly and stuff like that on the want ads, so I'm sure I'll make fast friends.
Well, and thanks to everyone who's already messaged us saying, go here for that or
oh yeah,
this. That's been pretty incredible.
People have been friendly, so we love it out here. So that's our plan. We're Albertans now, and slowly but surely getting stuff figured out. I mean, it's fall time anyway, so it is time to get in the garage and wrench. I know we did a pile of flipping cars and not quite finishing anything and this and that, and that's kind of the way it is.
Speaking of that, a lot of people have questions. What are you doing with the Chevelle? Why no Chevelle? What's the Chevelle?
Yeah, the Chevelle. So the problem with the Chevelle was we knew we were moving. Well, yeah. And that thing popped up and I wanted one, so I bought it. And I thought I'd be able to get further along on it, but then I had to move earlier and just life happened and stuff like that. So I got a fair bit done on it. It can be moved right now. And like I said, we're going back and forth. So at some point, it'll probably go on a trailer and come out here. I don't know if that'll be the next 3 weeks, but probably this year yet. I would say it'll be here. We'll get working on it. My current plan, I want this to be like a nice running, driving car for next summer. That's my big plan.
Someone said you should call it Gold Mine.
Gold Mine? Gold Pit, because that's when it's going to be all the money. I want, what, I've learned my lesson now at having a couple of nice cars that Blue Nomad, we're going through and getting the motor and all that done on that one. My 55 out there is dialed together. Danny's Caprice is nice, her Chevy too. We probably have 4 or 5 pretty, nice, reliable cars, and that's what I want this one to be. I mean, these are fun, don't get me wrong, but to make these ones, this it's a real 2-door post, 55 Chevy, it's a nice car. But to take that one and put it on the road again would be a lot of work and trying to track all these little pieces down versus this, which, it needs a chassis, which is unfortunate, but really, we can push this thing right out, put a whole new chassis under it, and then it needs rockers, needs floor pans, some basic stuff like that, but the car itself is super, super solid and complete. So it's almost just like the body will come off, everything underneath will be new, put it back together, motor, trans, rear end, and this thing is like pristine. Maybe shitty on the outside, but ready to go.
What are you most excited about with the new space?
Making a mess. So that's the plan. This is what I really want to work on for myself. This one's a keeper. These two I've said, and the other ones, these will not be staying. They'll just be kind of funding the projects. Ultimately, you poor suckers will be watching these videos, watching those ads. Thank you so much. Buying a t-shirt maybe, huh? And ultimately these will be for sale at some point. The guy we bought this from actually wants it back once it's kind of completed. So hopefully we can make a deal on that. And then this one, like I said, if I can stitch it together, make it look like a car. There's a guy right now selling a 55 Chevy 2-door post roller that's pretty rough. It's $15,000 for it here locally. So I think that's just a lot of money. But if we can make a few bucks out of both of these and ultimately keep me busy and put the money into that thing, that's the plan. I haven't quite decided yet, and maybe this is going to actually probably hurt some feelings. So I pulled the big block Chevy that was in my 55, and I took it to John and Cecil to have gone through, because the plan was to put that in the Chevelle to make that kind of a long haul cruiser. And I think that motor's going to be a long haul cruiser, maybe just in a different outfit. So I'm thinking this one having a nice, torquey big block Chevy, turbo 400, and I love that Performance World 9-inch that I put in 55 actually. It was super affordable. Something like a 3.0 gear or something, or maybe even like a 320 or whatever the ratios work out to be. It'll have all sorts of torque, keep a nice tight converter in it. Everything will be bulletproof in it, front to back, easy to fix along the side of the road, and it'll roast the tires. It won't be a race car, but it'll just be nice and fun, cruiser. We have enough stupid stuff to drive. So that's my plan. This is where we are. You'll be seeing this place lots. Any other questions, let us know by all means. I think we kind of covered everything, eh? Lift, thinking about it. We need some advice on that one. Come on out, man. Yeah, 1,500 square feet. It is what it is. Hopefully it'll be decent. And if you're local, well, I'm sure we'll see you around at some point. Unfortunately, it is the end of the season, but we do want to be out and kind of in the community and stuff like that. Go from there. So thank you very much for hanging out and dealing with us all summer, even though we kind of kept you in the dark and not being too offended. But I think most people are happy for us, and it is very nice when a bunch of random strangers on the internet give a crap about what we're doing for some reason. So we'll try and do our best to, well, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, because that's what I always do. So there you go. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. We have to take some garbages in. Boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. But we'll see you in the next one.